Hey guys, I wanted to make this video to talk through some of the leaked specs for the upcoming Galaxy Note 3. You can see they've been leaked by Sam Mobile, which is usually pretty good at getting this stuff right. So this is most likely what the upcoming Galaxy Note 3 is going to be. So let's go ahead and check it out here. And the first thing to note is it does have two variants. For some reason, Samsung just throw loads of different variants out in the market and just see what sticks. But you can see here it's the SM-N900 and the SM-N9005. It's possible one will be available for one market and not the other. Maybe one has LTE and maybe one doesn't. We'll have to wait and see. Nonetheless, let's move on to the specs. We'll start off with the display. You can see right here. Both come with a 5.68-inch Full HD Super AMOLED display. Obviously the resolution is 1920 by 1080. And a lot of people actually thought the display was going to be a little bit bigger, maybe 6 inches, maybe 6.2, 6.3 to combat that Sony Xperia Z Ultra. But 5.68 is big enough, trust me. And the display on the Galaxy Note is always pretty awesome. It's going to have nice vivid colors being Super AMOLED, and of course it'll be very sharp being 1080p. Let's move on to the CPU, and this is where again it gets a little bit more interesting. You can see here the N900 is quoted to having a 1.8 gigahertz octa-core Exynos 5420, and this is pretty awesome. It's the new Exynos octa-core processor. If we flick over to this tab here, you can basically see somewhere over here, yep, that it's giving 20% more performance than its predecessor, which was the octa-core we saw in some variants of that Galaxy S4. So it's going to be even more powerful than that. Pretty awesome. Obviously, it has 8 cores being octa-core, but really it's 2 4-powered sets. So it has 4 high-powered cores at 1.8 gigahertz and 4 low-powered cores, probably at 1.3 gigahertz. It's called Big Little technology, and it helps to be a good balance of performance and battery life. Moving on to the GPU here. It's coupled with the Mali T628 MP6, and this is a beast of a GPU. I just love Mali GPUs. They're very, very strong, especially for Android devices. And this is actually a 6-core GPU, so it should be pretty special. We should get excellent gaming performance and excellent UI fluidity and stuff like that. To help the CPU and GPU, we've got very fast RAM and more of it. So you can see right here, the RAM is unconfirmed for the N900 version, but for the N9005 that may have a different processor, has 3 gigabytes of RAM of LP DDR3. LP means low powered. DDR3 is faster than DDR2, and if we flick over here, you can see it's dual channel at 933 megahertz. That is faster than DDR2. Again, that faster RAM is going to help with UI performance and stuff like that, so there shouldn't be any bottlenecks. And yeah, you've got more RAM, so this is probably the first device to come with 3 gigabytes. Probably going to help with stuff like multitasking. Your apps will stay in the memory for longer and won't get cleared out. Pretty awesome. So the specs are very high for this Galaxy Note 3 so far. In terms of the camera, it's quoted as having a 13 megapixel camera with OIS, which is optical image stabilization, which just helps you get a clearer image if you're kind of shaky or moving around, stuff like that. LTE connectivity, the N900 is no, the N9005 is yes. So maybe the N900, which has the octa-core here, you can see the octa-core Exynos 5420, maybe that chipset doesn't support LTE connectivity. I'm not sure, we'll have to wait and see again. In terms of storage, it comes with 16, 32 and 64, though I did hear somewhere that the 64 is only going to be in some markets, so it's probably going to be mainly 16 and 32. And you've also got a micro SD card slot. Samsung love their micro SD card slot. I know a lot of you guys do as well, so it looks like that's coming with one as well. The OS, you're going to have the latest Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. You can see, so we're right up to date with Android. And it'll also come with TouchWiz, and you'll have all that S Pen stuff that's actually pretty awesome. So yeah, you'll have all those cool features. Battery, both are going to come with the 3200 milliamp hour battery. That is a big battery. Obviously, the Galaxy Note is a big device, so it can fit a big battery in it, but this should easily last you through the day. Obviously, we'll have to see about usage and all that stuff. It's got a big screen, it's got a 1.8 gigahertz octa-core processor and a good GPU, so that's obviously going to hurt the battery life a little bit, but it's a big battery. It should get you through the day like most Galaxy Note 3 devices. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty awesome. The specs of this thing is high. It's just going to be the top end. It should kill most of the benchmarks. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. The Galaxy Note range for me has always been a little bit too big for my hand, but 5.68 inches, depending on the bezel and stuff like that, may not be that big. It may be okay, so we'll have to wait and see. The specs look awesome. Yeah, Let me know what you guys think. Peace out.